Hey crew, and welcome back from Oregon. Greg and Dar, and here are the 9 reasons Dar and I think are the biggest challenges to living in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, so the number 1 reasons you might not want to move to Portland is, hey, first up, let's address the weather here. So if you're not a fan of drizzle and gray skies ever, then Portland might not be your ideal destination. This city is notorious for its rain days, so if you're a sunshine enthusiast, you might find yourself missing those sunny rays. Now, in reality, Dar and I kind of think this weather thing is overblown. It could be because we came from the Midwest, right? We know brutal weather. So we moved here and we've been like, where is this like bad weather thing, you know? Definitely from November to March, I'd say daylight savings, it rains a lot, right? I mean, there's just no getting over that. We have, over the year, we have 155 rain days, so we have much more dry days. And I walk our dog, Leo, every night for 3 miles, so I think I kind of never missed since he's been bored. Thank you. So I kind of think I have a good idea of how it rains day to day to day to day to day. And I would say a lot of the rain days, we go out to walk, and guess what? Not a stitch of wind, not a stitch of rain, and it's perfect out there. That was a rain day, right? But sometimes you get a run of 10 days where it drizzles every day and it's a little dark and we have to turn on our lights, right? So that's a little bit of a bummer. So the reality of Portland is daylight savings time, nobody stops around here, nobody complains, nobody talks about it, but it rains. And then the spring, summer, fall comes and it's like, boop, the payoff of green, beautiful weather. No bugs, no humidity, no hurricanes, no tornadoes, no heat, right? So, but we earn that with our 3-4 months of rain. Okay, so anyway, the way I cope with it, Dar told me not to talk about the way I cope with it because I have a little seasonal affective disorder. And right now it is January 9th. What day is it today? So I'm right in the midst of using my coping strategies. One thing I use out of 3 is a big 10,000 lux light. And in the morning I use it for 20 minutes. It's a big box light, turn it on, woo, it's like the sunshine, but I do my work. And then at night I do it before bed, again, ooh, it's bright, and that seems to snap my brain out of it. Second thing is I take lots of vitamin D, and Dar used to be an herbalist, so she turned me onto this thing called GABA.
Nice.
I don't know what's in it. She gave me this like happy herb that has GABA in it. Kind of changed my life. The third thing, whenever I get a little down and those first 2 things don't work, I have this cool brain zapper through a company called, oh man, I'll put it in the link below. And yeah, I do. And I put it on at night and it kind of zaps your brain with some batteries, and then I go to sleep and everything's great and I wake up in a really good mood. So that thing, no matter where you live, if you get a little bummed out in the wintertime, I'm going to put it down there. That's going to change your life. So you'll see it down below. So with those things, I truly have no fear of winter. I have no dread of winter. I love winter, right? So anyway, that's what Portlanders do to get through to the Disneyland weather, right? Okay, so the number 2 reason you might want to think twice about moving to Portland is our homelessness issue. And I'll tell you what, when I'm making these videos, I really enjoy researching things because we do a lot of research here before we ever turn on the camera. So I learn a lot about my city and I learn about issues like this. Here's what I learned. Portland is definitely grappling with the homelessness issue, and we finally are getting kind of a collaboration with our 2 sides of our local government on how to fix this thing, and they're starting to align with private money people, and I think we're about ready to be one of the first people to start making a big change. That said, it's something that we moved here 25 years ago. There was never the word homelessness. There wasn't graffiti anywhere, right? So that's one thing we've seen definitely over 25 years. Now we live out in the suburbs. Anywhere on the ring of suburbs, there just really is no homeless graffiti thing. But you get into the city of Portland. By the way, 650,000 people live in Portland. 2.5 million people live in the metros. So there's a lot more people living in the ring where there really isn't a whole lot of homelessness, but we're talking about Portland here. So within the city limits, If you're coming from a small town or maybe a northern town, a lot of northern towns of America don't have much homeless just due to the weather. The sight of homeless camps here and there might be a prevalent thing for you. You need to anticipate that, right? So for my research, I went to a really cool article. I'm going to post a link down below. It's through Money Inc. And they every year do this massive study on homelessness in the United States. And they break it down like the way I like. They break it down not overall, but per capita. So they say for every 1,000 people that live in your city, how many people are homeless? Okay. And so they find that in the major towns of America, anywhere from about 8 to 25 people are homeless per 1,000. And that's kind of the range. Portland has about 9.9 people, about 10 people per 1,000 that are homeless here. And I thought we'd be up towards the top.
That's pretty good, yeah.
We are not in the top 10 for what they consider aggressive homelessness. We're in the top 15. They call us a market that's in kind of danger of really getting an epidemic. So it's weird that you think of Portland as the kind of epicenter for homelessness. Here's the cities that are number 1 through 10. Los Angeles, New York, Seattle, San Jose, California, Oakland, California, Sacramento, Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco, and number 10, Denver. The next 5, number 11, Las Vegas, number 12, Portland, number 13, Philadelphia, number 14, Boston, number 15, Washington, D.C. So, as you can see, this isn't a Portland problem. This is a big city problem. And even more acute is it's a big city problem where you have good weather. Good. It's like there's this thing where homeless people know that you can survive better when it's not like 50 below. Yeah. So we're all grappling with this problem. And it's a bigger problem than Portland. It's a bigger problem. It's a United States problem. I personally think it has less to do with available housing. It has more to do with mental health, drug addiction. And I think it's like a bottom-up thing. You can't just put a lot of available housing and think it goes away. You need to weed it out. So Portland's thinking about it the right way. It's going to take time, but we were one of the first cities into this list, and I do think we might be one of the first cities out of it.
Nice.
Mark my words. Okay, friends, the number 3 reason you have to consider before moving to Portland to see if it's right for you, maybe it's not, think about this. Portland is growing, and it's growing fast, right? Yeah, we have been here for 25 years, and again, when we moved here, it was kind of a sleepy little cute town that nobody knew about, and now kind of all that has changed, for better or for worse. We're talking about the worst part of that, and when a city grows, and like a city in Portland, we're in transition, and we're experiencing growing pains. So what we see a lot is construction. We have crane arms all over the city and the suburbs. There's new huge industries coming in all over. Intel is expanding by billions of dollars off on the east side. Microchip just got like $800 million grant to like expand. Everything in Portland is booming, which is good, but that brings its own problems, right? So, but if you prefer stability, like things being the same as they were last month, and you're in a small town, that might be a little bit of a challenge for you. As realtors, I'm going to let you into a secret. We like growth because that brings people, that brings clients that we can love and serve. So we're okay with that. But we are noticing things like the next thing. Here it comes. Number 4. Traffic. Yeah, again, I don't want to sound like old timers, but 25 years ago, we'd drive around our city and our suburbs, drive down to Portland, plenty of parking.
It's honestly not that bad, though. I mean,
it's not, but it's
traffic woes.
It's changing, right? If you back up and you go to the cities that are beating us in homelessness, the big cities, they will laugh at our traffic. Yes. It'd be nothing to them. But for us, because we compare to the old days where you could just drive at 5 p.m., drive at 9 a.m., anywhere, now there is rush hour where people slow their car down. The joke is we call our traffic a 3-song traffic because you put on 3 songs on the radio and you're through it. But still, for people like us from a small town of Portland, that's a change. So again, if you're coming from a small town, you're going to have to adapt to that. But I would bet we have the lowest traffic, or one of the most manageable traffics on the whole west coast of big cities.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, we go all over and we see like crazy traffic, so it's not that. Okay, number 5. This is also a fact that when you boom, when you grow, you get an increased cost of living. And we have a lot of clients coming from other places, again, kind of smaller, maybe Midwestern places. They think it's expensive here. And then we have people coming from the West Coast or the East Coast, and they think it's like dirt cheap here.
Exactly.
But here's the change. Things are increasing, cost of living. The price of houses are going up. Taxes, well, of course, there's, there's a price increase and there's inflation all over the world, but we're feeling it here in Portland as well. And as we grow, it's maybe magnetized. Things are more expensive in the last 2 years than they've ever been in 25 years. Yeah. Right?
Agreed.
Again, incomes are higher than you're used to if you come from a small place. So I think you might even think things are cheap because your income just went up by 30% and prices went up by 15%. So I think it's all manageable and you're going to be just fine if you come here, but that's something to consider. Okay, so number 6 reason you have to consider coming to Portland, and I don't think this is going to bother you, but it goes along with us growing.
I enjoy this.
We kind of have a tourist overload here. When the weather is good, people flock all over the country and all over the world to Portland and to all of our places to see. We hear German spoken, we hear French spoken, we hear different languages when we go to our favorite hubs in the good weather because tourism is booming, our economy is booming. So while it's a great for the local economy, it can be a little overwhelming for the residents like Dar and me. Our popular spots are often a little more crowded with the visitors, but depending on the time of year that you go. So you might find yourself longing for some peace and quiet in the good weather here, away from the tourist buzz, but you're going to be okay. You'll be okay. Okay. Hey, so the number 7 reason to consider whether Portland is right for you, maybe it's not, is that we have a distinct lack of diversity in Portland. Yeah, so Portland prides itself on being a progressive city, by being an inclusive city, by being a non-judgmental city. At the same time, we've been criticized for our lack of racial and cultural diversity. Now again, Dar and I came from the Midwest, so when we got here, we thought it was beautifully diverse, right?
Yeah.
We hear Ukrainian every day. We have clients from all different races, and we go to their houses for dinner after to celebrate the sale. We have amazing, cool ethnic conversations. So we personally think it's beautifully diverse. That said, the actual numbers, in case you're wondering, from USA Today, they say that of Portland's residents, 78% are white, 10% are Hispanic, 9% are Asian, 6% are Black, 1% American Indian, and 1% Hawaiian Pacific Islander.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's definitely a subset of the 78% of the white people. There's Ukrainian people. Yeah, we live kind of like within, and we hear all kinds of different languages. But that's basically the raw ethnic color breakdown of Portland.
Okay.
The beautiful thing is here, you'll be fine, you'll be accepted. Exactly. Yeah, it's that beautiful, nobody cares.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, the number 8 reason you need to consider whether Portland will be right for you, maybe it's not, here it comes, political divides. Hey, like most places in the world, and especially United States, Portland has its political divides. But if you're looking for a city with more unified political climate, all red, all blue, this is not the place. We're kind of a melting pot of political ideologies, for better or for worse. Here's what I love. We have friends on both sides. Everyone gets along. No one argues. We can even have conversations. No problem. The political diversity in Portland can be challenging, but again, our culture just works things out, right? Yeah. So that's nothing we even like consider.
No.
But again, if you're looking for all red, if you're looking for all blue, this might not be the place for you. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so the number 9 and Dar's most shocking thing that you need to consider about moving to Portland is the earthquake risk. Because we came from the Midwest, we kind of think of earthquakes as kind of sort of glamorous, right? But people out here, they know when you're living in the Pacific Northwest, it means you're facing a reality of earthquake risks. We've lived and felt many earthquakes in 25 years, small ones, right? In Portland, it's located right exactly on the Cascadia subduction zone. So while the probability of any earthquake of any year is very minute, it's a factor that you need to consider when choosing your new home. So now we have a very small quakes all the time, so the city has gotten prepared. So fortunately, the city and the state over the years has taken decades of measures to ensure that when and if an earthquake does hit, we have levels of contingency plans in place so we can all survive and we can thrive and we can all rebuild after the quake. Everything will be fine. It'll be an interesting couple of weeks.
Yes.
We do hear, though, that many of our main bridges will struggle to remain operational after a large quake. So if you work across the river from your home, you may have to work remotely or get some PETO time off.
PETO?
Paid earthquake time off.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey, as promised, to reward your stamina for making it to the end of the video, Greg and I would like to send you a free copy of our newly published Homebuyer Guide with all the tips and secret tips that we have collected over the last 50 years combined, right?
A long time.
All right, see the link below for a free hard copy or e-copy of the book, or call us to chat. Request it directly from Greg or I.
Hey, so we will always be happy to hear from you, and we truly think you'll find the book super valuable.
Yeah.
It definitely will help you avoid the usual pitfalls that people hit when buying a home in the Portland metro. And if you'd like to see another of our video series, check out the link below. Here are the top 12 reasons you should definitely move to Portland, Oregon. Let's go back to glass half full there, right? Yeah. And Dar's hilarious in that one, so check it out below. Okay, Oregon Greg and Dar signing off from Portland. As usual, we do our sign.
See you, friends.
Bye. See you next time.
Goodbye.
See you.
See you next time.
That's it. Yeah. Kids, I don't think there's any bloopers there, which is awesome because our editor loves. Oh,
okay.
it's on. Hang on. How do we use our cell phone? YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ceramides and CeraVe. CeraVe with 3